Hi everyone, it's Krista and welcome to my channel. If you're new here, welcome, and if you're not new, hello again. So this is my channel. I love to do all kinds of DIYs on a budget, Dollar Tree DIYs, thrift flips, farmhouse and rustic, wreaths, seasonal decor, holiday decor. So if you like hearing that and you want to see it, you know what to do. Hit that red subscribe button. Also leave me a comment. I love to hear what you guys think, and give me a thumbs up. That helps my channel grow. Also, I am on Instagram and Pinterest and TikTok. I will have those links all down below. But today is all about under $5. And today we are doing home decor dupes. So more about that in a minute. But first, let's get on to DIY number 1. So the first DIY dupe that I am doing is from Kirkland's. This is a $44.99 and I made it for under $5. So I got one of these little wood planks from Hobby Lobby. It's 50% off right now. Those are normally $2.99. So I only had to pay $1.50. Also, these paints I already had, that little family in wood, I also got that from Hobby Lobby for like 99 cents. So first thing I did is I took this dolphin acrylic paint by Folk Art and I just kind of am dry brushing because I want some of this wood to show through because I like the color of the wood peeking through. So I want it to look really rustic and also to look like that piece that you just saw from Kirkland's. So next I'm coming in with my white Waverly chalk paint and I'm doing a dry brush with that as well. This is kind of like a shiplap looking decor piece, so that is why I'm dry brushing. And I love having, this wood is so cheap. You guys should go pick them up if you see them. I hope they have more when I go back. So then I went over the dolphin blue color with some white, and I'm just doing a very light dry brush over it as well. Next, I came in with this mushroom color by Folk Art, and I dry brushed that on first, and then I went on with the sandstone. Now this is a new Waverly chalk paint. It is a chalk paint, like I said, by Waverly, and I mixed those two colors together to make that other color. Next, I painted the family sign in white chalk paint. And then I hot glued it, put it in the center of my sign, took some jute twine, and I'm going to feed it back through. This was already on our sign previously, and I'm just going to tie it back on there, and I'm just putting knots in the back so it stays and it doesn't fall through. And there you go, you guys. So what do you think? How did I do? I think this absolutely came out stunning. I love it. So this is all about under $5. This month is about dupes. Our hosts are Missy from Crafty Cove and Emily from Farm Town Chic, and our co-host is DIY Craftaholics. I will have all the links and the playlist down below. Make sure you check everyone out. So next, this piece is also from Kirkland's. It was $34.99, and I am going to try and duplicate it. So I took this love sign from Dollar Tree and these sticky stencils that I found that were on clearance like for $2 like 3 years back, I think, and I've never used them. I'm also going to use some of those rub-on transfers, just the one that looks like a wreath. So the first thing I did is I ripped off the center of this piece, and then I had to get all this clumpy glue off, which was pretty hard to do, but I did. And then I sanded it a little bit, just try to dull down that black color from the love that was on there. And now I'm just using the white Waverly chalk paint, and I am going over the whole thing. I used 2 coats. Then I'm using my ruler, and I'm going to do like 2 inches apart shiplap, like fake shiplap. And I'm going to just keep measuring all the way down my sign until it's all nice and 2 pieces even, and then I'm going to do a straight line across. Now the pencil that I'm using is called a charcoal pencil. So it's like a really thick line pencil. You could get these at any hobby store, or you can also any like craft store, or I got mine at at Dollar Tree a long time ago. So now I'm just doing straight lines, and what you could do is you could just take your finger, but you could do the same thing with a pencil. You just go in a little bit darker, and I'm just going to rub it in a little bit, and make it look like, shiplap. And it's really simple. And that's it. And then what I did is I did sand a little bit just to kind of smooth everything out and make it all like one piece, look like one piece. And then I cut out the stencil letters that I'm going to use, which is the H, the M, and the E. And next I just cut out the rub-on transfer that I'm going to be using from that pack. And now I'm just going to take these off. Now these are a little sticky, so I just stuck them down because they weren't like too sticky that I had to worry about it pulling up paint or anything like that. And I just tried to get them as centered as good as I could. And then I took a pencil, and now I'm just going to trace out with the stencil, and I'm going to trace out the H, the M, and the E. And then I'm going to lift it up, and then you'll see next I'm going to come in with my markers. They're acrylic markers. They're called Graffiti. I will have the link down below if you're interested in purchasing these. I love these markers. They're awesome to paint with. And now I'm just going to do the outline of each letter first, and then I'm going to just color them in. And this turned out absolutely beautiful, and I like my piece better than theirs, only because theirs was like black letters, and I like this fancy lettering. I thought it was really neat and different, so I don't know. You guys can let me know in the comments what you think, but try to be nice. I really like the way it turned out, though. I hope you guys like it too. And now I'm just going in and I'm just coloring them in. Really simple. And these markers are awesome, you guys. And I got them on Amazon, and they were not expensive. So now once my lettering was done, I went in and I used my little scraper tool that I use for my Cricut, and I just scraped on, because these are rub-on transfers, so I just used that to kind of make sure that I could get my rub-on transfer on really, really well. You just want to be really careful when you pull these up, because sometimes they don't work the first time, and I'm just using like a little tool to kind of flip it up, because my nails, it's really hard for me to pull things up. And then I just went really slow, and then see, there was a little leaf that wasn't on there good, so I just scraped it again and then pulled it up. Look at that. So cool, you guys. All done. Super easy, you guys. I love theirs, but I like mine too. So next, DIY number 3. So now this one was a blessed sign that I saw at Kirkland's. This was $30, and I'm going to do it a little bit less, but I'm also going to add a couple extras onto mine. So I'm using these planks that you get at the Dollar Tree, the wood piece there that you see, and going to fill the holes and take that jute twine off, because we're going to use this as one piece, and I'm going to use it sideways. So then what I did is I just took my baby wipe and the the antique wax by Waverly, and I am going to go over this whole piece, front, back, sides, the whole thing. And once that is done, then I'm going to come in, once it's dry, I should say, I'm going to come in with my sander, my little finger sander, and I am going to sand it just to make it look a little worn, a little farmhouse and rustic, because that's what I like. I did the edges, so a little bit heavier on the edges with the sandpaper. And now I'm going to take this blessed sign that is from Couture. I am a Couture designer. If you want any information about Couture, feel free to ask. You can either buy the stencils, you could become a Couture designer. I will have the links down below for that. It will be in my link tree, but it will say Couture shop, so you could go in there and take a look if you'd like. But what I'm doing is I'm just putting the stencil down, and I fuzzed it on that little fuzzing cloth that you see there. And now I just stick it down, and now I'm just going to put my chalk paste through with my little squeegee tool. And this comes out so crisp, so beautiful every single time. I just can't get enough of it. I just love the way this turns out, and it's so easy, you guys. Look at this. Awesome. I love it. I love it. I wish I could do like a hand clapping motion when that goes up. Okay, anyway. So now I'm going to take this burlap ribbon from the Dollar Tree, and I'm going to do the sides of it with this. Now, the sign you saw, they don't have it in the Kirklands, but I wanted to add extra to my decor piece. So that's what kind of makes these dupes really fun, is that they don't have to be exact. We could do whatever we want. We could add what we want. We could take away what we want. You know, really cool stuff. And it gives you guys more ideas in case you want to add something extra to yours, or give you an idea of adding something different than what I'm doing. So then what I'm doing is I am going to cut the piece off. I'm just gluing it down to the back. And now I'm going to glue it all down and make sure it's nice and tight. And I just thought this made it look more rustic. And it made it, I don't know, it just made the piece look a little more, not so plain. I don't really like plain too much. I'm not that kind of girl. I like a little bit more. I feel like more is more. I don't know. But that's just me. So then I took some of these lamb's ears leaves that I cut off of a stem that I had. And now I'm just kind of like gluing them down onto that piece of burlap. And I'm just kind of figuring out how I want my little arrangement. And then I took one of these flowers from, oh my God, I forgot where they came from. Solo flowers. And I glued them I glued it down in the center. And I'm just kind of putting in some other little leaves on the sides. And just making like a little decor piece on the side of it to make it like pop a little bit more. And then once I glued the lamb's ear down, I took another ribbon from the Dollar Tree and I'm going to glue that around the center of my burlap. But you don't have to do that. It's just a little something extra that I felt like it needed, and I just kind of glued it down. So, and all in all, this sign only costed me almost $5, maybe a little less, because the solo wood flowers I've had like for 3 years, so I didn't count those. So there you go, guys. There it is. I hope you guys like it. I think it turned out super cute. Now DIY number 4. This one was super cute too. I love all of these, you guys. So this is the piece that I'm going to be duplicating. This was $26.24, Kirkland's website. I'm going to take this H that I got for 62 cents, you guys, in the, Hobby Lobby. I believe it was in the, oh my gosh, cleared section. And then one of these Dollar Tree wood rounds. If you guys ever see these, pick them up. There's so many things you could do with them. And I took my antique wax and went over the whole thing with my baby wipe. I love doing my antique wax this way. I feel it comes out perfect every single time. So now these little wood pieces that I had, I got these like years ago when I was doing scrapbooking. And so I had them in my stash, so I used them up. And I love using stuff in your stash, guys, because, you know, always use your stuff in your stash if you can, so you don't have to buy stuff. So then my H I did in the black. If you saw in the first piece, they did theirs in black as well. And now I just use black ink, but you can use acrylic paint, whatever you like. I used some wood glue for this and hot glue because this H is a little heavy, so I didn't want it to fall off. I am using Gorilla Glue, though, wood glue, in my glue gun. And now I'm just going to glue it to the center like they did. And I put the jute twine back in, and now these white little fancy laser cut pieces out of wood, I am going to glue those down on the top and the bottom. And that's it for this DIY, you guys. So theirs was $26. My costed me maybe $1, almost $2. So yeah, really cheap, guys, compared to their piece. So yeah, it is possible to make these dupes your own and unique and make it look like theirs in a little way as well and get inspiration. So there you go, you guys. I think it turned out super cute. I like it. So now on to DIY number 5. This is our last one. This was super easy, you guys. So theirs is a welcome home sign. This was Hobby Lobby for $24.99. And I made mine for a couple bucks. So I'm taking this scrapbook paper, this picture frame from Dollar Tree, and the words that you saw from Dollar Tree as well. I'm changing my words, not keeping the words that they did. So I used what I had, and now I'm just going to put down this glue stick, put some glue down with this glue stick, and glue down my scrapbook paper. Now this scrapbook paper I've had forever in one of my packs, so you use whatever scrapbook paper you want to use. Hobby Lobby carries tons of it. It's most of the time every other week on sale. So now I'm going to take the Grateful and I'm going to, now these are clear stickers, you can't even know, and these stick really well. So you don't need Mod Podge or anything. I thought I was going to need Mod Podge, that's why it's sitting there on my desk, but I didn't need it. So this I'm using Grateful, Thankful, and Blessed. I thought this was perfect because you could have it up year round, but it's also good for fall and for like Thanksgiving. So there you go, guys. So you can use 2 for 1 here. So then I put the Blessed down and I just kind of like put them down, you know, try to make them as even as possible. It's going to be in my house, so only I'm going to notice. And then I took part of the leaf that was on here as well, this wall decor piece, and I just like stuck it in the corners, on the top corner and then on the bottom left corner. And I think it turned out super cute, you guys. I love the way this turned out. And so it just shows you could take anything from Dollar Tree and make it look so good. So then the brown on here, now I could have left this, but it looked too plastic to me. So I went in first with my white Waverly chalk paint and I kind of like pulled up them grains that look like wood and I just dry brushed it with the white. So then I put my glass piece in first because I wanted the glass on there. And then I put it in my piece, you know, that I did, the Grateful West. And I didn't like the way it looked. So I was like, it just doesn't, something's not right. So I came in with my Truffle paint by Waverly chalk paint. And I went over it again with the darker paint. And I kept some of the white, but I just like, I got it to the point where like I liked it. So I kept the glass on and I just kept wiping the chalk paint off of it. It wasn't a big deal if I got it on there, so I didn't have to take it apart again. And yeah, I liked it better darker. So there it is, you guys. And I think it looks much better. So you guys have to let me know what you think. So don't forget to check everyone else out. I want to thank you guys for watching the playlist, and everyone's description, everyone's links will be down below. Thanks for watching, guys. Remember to stay crafty. Bye.